So with latest hotfix, we all know the recursion got its nerf, and you would think that it made it bad, which it definitely did make it worse, but it is still extremely good. It is probably still best in slot. It can still just straight up shred bosses if you have the right setups for it. Now, in today's video, I want to go over the new build I'm using for it. I changed some stuff around a little bit. It's not much, but I did change some stuff around because of the nerf, and it is still performing super well. I can still solo Molly 1 takedown. I can still solo Slaughter Shaft. I can do everything on Mayhem 4 that I've been doing, honestly, the exact same way. Now, since they nerfed it, it's obviously going to be a little worse, but it's not that bad to the point where it's not usable. Like, it's still, like I said, probably best in slot. But anyway, getting into my new gear I'm using. I'm still using a Maggie right here, but on action skill N, I get 25% increased critical hit damage, which pairs very well with this build because I'm obviously just going to be phase grasping the ground 24/7 to keep getting my elements on me. I'm using a Brainstorm right here, and on action skill N, it makes my gun do 50% bonus corrosive damage, which is really good on the takedown, and also just having more damage is nice. So this is going to allow me to do shock corrosive, and with my shield and grenade, I'm going to also be doing fire and radiation. So the Brainstormer alone right here is doing 4 different elements, which is very good for ad clear and very good at regenerating your health with sustainment. I have my binary cuts right here with the phase laminoid, not even using that, so it's pointless. It's just the corrosive one. I could get a better one for this build, but I just haven't gotten one yet. Then the recursion right here, same thing, not even use the phase laminoid, but I do have a shock and corrosive one. Shock and corrosive is obviously what you're looking for if you're trying to solo the takedown, and I could get a better one with these because I still just have a phase laminoid one. So one of the main new things I'm using is the transformer right here, where on action skill N, I'm getting 50% bonus incinerate damage, and then my grenade, I'm using the Stormfront, which on action skill, I get 50% bonus radiation damage. Now, with these two giving me the bonus elemental damage after I pop an action skill, this is going to allow me to get 25 stacks of mindfulness, and it's also going to allow me to use the shock artifact so I can apply a shock dot to myself with the spiritual driver. Now, the spiritual driver is going to let me do an insane amount of gun damage the faster I move, and I get pretty tanky with the helping hands perk that it gives. Plus, I'm also getting more weapon damage and more shotgun damage with my spiritual driver as well. So, with the spiritual driver applying the shock dot to myself, in the transformer, I'm going to be generating my shields 24/7 after I keep phase grasping the ground, which is insane. Now, speaking of more healing, I have an elemental projector right here, which is obviously going to boost my damage with whatever element is on me at the time, and every kill I get restores 18% of my max health. I'm slaying enemies, so I'm getting health regeneration with this, and I'm also getting my damage buff with the shock element. That will be changed to corrosive in boss fights. I will switch to the corrosive element, but as of right now, for general mobbing, the spiritual driver is allowing me to apply a shock dot to myself, which is healing me with the transformer, giving me 90% more damage with shock. This artifact is also healing me at the same time, so I'm getting health and shield regeneration right here, basically. And on top of that, since I'm just popping my action skill on the ground, not only getting these benefits, I'm also getting more elemental damage with these two, and more elemental damage right here, and more critical hit damage right here. With all this synergy, and even with the nerf, everything is still so good. Like, it's still so good. On top of that, my artifact also gives me 8% more movement speed, so it's going to help out with moving even faster and doing more damage. Alright, so now going into the skills, we'll start over here on the Brawl skill tree. I'm putting 5 points in Root to Rise to get 40% more max health, 3 points in Personal Space to get 36% more gun damage, 5 points in Helping Hands to get 48% damage reduction. This also procs on action skill, and you can just keep fake popping your action skill and you're getting 48% more damage reduction. Mindfulness, obviously, to get that huge damage bonus and movement speed. And then right here I'm putting 5 points in Arms Deal because the recursion actually does splash damage, so this is buffing the recursion damage by 20%, plus I'm getting 40% splash damage reduction, which is also just very good to have to be tanky. Then if I do die, I'm putting 1 point in Guardian Angel so I can immediately get back up. This is kind of just like a self-res every 120 seconds. In the next skill tree, I'm putting 5 points in Anima right here to get more status effect damage duration. 3 points in Steady Hands just to have more handling and accuracy, 5 points in Tempest to get 30% more elemental damage, 20% more shock damage, which is really good for the Brainstormer and even the Recursion when I have it on the shock element. I have 3 points in Wildfire to get to the bottom. I'm putting 1 in Deep Well to get more magazine size. I'm putting 3 points in Indiscriminate to make my bullets ricochet. This is what you want for things like the Recursion. It did get nerfed, but it's still very good, and it even helps with things like the Maggie as well. So this is one of the best skills on Amara right now. And next I'm putting 5 25 points of sustainment to get my life steal. So every time I do elemental damage with my gun, I'm getting 20% of that back as health. Then lastly, I'm taking forceful expression, so I'm getting 18% bonus elemental damage based on whatever my action skill element is, which will be shock. Now, just generally going over the build, I'll have some gameplay in the background of the takedown. Like I said before, I will be switching to the corrosive action skill to apply that corrosive dot during boss fights, as the 90% more corrosive damage just shreds the bosses in the takedown. You definitely want to have that, but going through the other parts or anything else in the game, you probably want shock for the most part, because so you can strip shields easily and also just do a lot more damage. Alright, so I'm going to go over the synergy of this one more time, because it's honestly just insane at how well everything is together. So when I pop my action skill, Spiritual Driver is giving me the shock dot, which is letting me get healed with the Transformer Shield and get 90% more shock elemental damage with the Elemental Projector. And since I pop my action skill, my Stormfront and Transformer are proccing their 50% bonus incendiary damage and radiation damage, which is letting me get 25 stacks of mindfulness, and also giving all my weapons those two elements and 50% more damage. And with that 25 stacks of mindfulness, I'm getting even more gun damage when I move. And then also, since I use my action skill, I'm getting 48% damage reduction with Helping Hands, and that's just crazy. Like, it's honestly insane at how everything goes together. Literally popping your action skill one time gives you short regeneration, more damage, an insane amount of more damage, and a ton of movement speed. Now, another thing that helps out really well is the fact that since I'm using Forceful Expression and the shock action skill element, I'm getting 18% more shock damage. That is obviously getting buffed by Tempest, so I'm getting 30% more elemental damage of that, plus an additional 20% because it's shock. And then also, it's getting buffed by the Elemental Projector, which is 90% more gun damage. So I'm taking a small amount of shock damage with Forceful Expression and getting it buffed to an absurd amount, and it's on par with the other normal damage I'm doing. Plus, it's also just going to be buffing my Brainstormer a ton, and you can just shred ads. Like, this build is so good. I know it got nerfed, believe me, I know it did, but it is still insanely good. So if you can, I would definitely recommend trying to get this gear. They actually just buffed the drop rates of all the specific gear in the game because stuff was just dropping too low. It actually came out in a recent hotfix that they buffed that. Definitely go farm for this gear. It will literally change the way you play the game. Don't think recursion nerf means bad, because you can still easily solo the takedown, as you see in the gameplay in the background. And it's crazy. Anyway, I know this is a longer video, guys. I just wanted to get it out. I just want to show the updated build, say that the recursion is it's not bad. Like, I don't want people to have the impression that it's bad. And also, I just want to show you guys the stupid synergy I have with this gear I've gotten. Like, it's honestly crazy. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm almost at 200 subs, which is just crazy to me. I seriously can't thank you guys enough for all the support, all the likes, all the comments I've been getting. But anyways, again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.